All right, today we're headed to the rugged coast of Odisha to a fishing village called Ostaranga. We're going to try and understand a life that's completely tied to the ocean. It's a life of incredible struggle, but also one of just immense hope. We're going to follow a day in the life of these fishermen to really see what it means to make a living from the sea. This quote, it really gets to the very heart of the story. It tells you everything you need to know about the delicate balance of life here. It's not just about the raw, physical effort of casting nets and pulling them in. It's about this unwavering hope in what that vast, unpredictable ocean might just decide to give back.
So, our day begins in the deep, deep quiet of the night, way before most of the world is even thinking about waking up. This first part of the day, it's all about preparation. It's like a ritual of hope, performed in total darkness.
Just try to picture the scene. The air's still cool, and the only sounds you can hear are the gentle lapping of the waves and the low murmurs of people getting to work. There's this shared sense of purpose in the dark, The whole community starts to stir, getting ready for the huge task ahead of them.
It all kicks off at 3 in the morning. First things first, mending the nets, which are the absolute essential tools of their trade. Then, by 4 a.m., there's this moment of pause, a quiet prayer for safety and, of course, for a good catch. And then at 4:30, just as the sky is starting to hint at dawn, they launch their boats into the dark water. So as the shore starts to fade behind them, that's when the real work begins. This is their daily battle, really. A battle against the elements, a constant toil against the tide.
And you can just see the sheer scale of the challenge here. We're talking about these small, traditional boats set against the enormous, powerful Bay of Bengal. Success out here isn't just about brute strength. It's a craft. It's about this deep, deep knowledge of the sea that's been passed down from father to son for countless generations.
So it makes you wonder, right? What does it actually take to succeed out here? It's so easy to just think of it as, casting a net, but the reality is so much more complex than that.
Well, the answer is this incredible mix of science and pure instinct. These fishermen, they have to be able to read the ocean currents, they have to understand the weather that can shift in a heartbeat, they need an almost sixth sense for just knowing where the fish are going to be. And none of it works without perfect team coordination, all built on those generations of priceless inherited knowledge.
And all of that skill, all that prep work in the dark, it all leads to this single, critical point in the day, the weight of the nets. This is the climax, the absolute moment of truth.
You can almost feel the tension in this moment, can't you? After hours of just hard, physical labor under the hot sun, they start that slow, tough process of hauling in the nets. And with every single pull, there's only one question. Is it going to be heavy with reward, or is it going to be light with disappointment?
And the stakes here? They couldn't possibly be higher. On one hand, you get a bountiful catch. The nets are heavy, the work is paid off, and that means security for their families. But on the other hand, the nets come up light, and all those hours of labor end up being for very little. This is the fundamental uncertainty that they live with every single day.
But wait, the story doesn't end out there at sea. The return to shore, that brings a whole new set of challenges. This is where the dream of a big catch meets the cold, hard reality of the market.
So that quiet solitude of the open water, it's immediately replaced by the chaotic energy of the shore. The catch gets sorted super fast, it's graded, and it's sold in this flurry of negotiation. This is the moment their hard work finally gets converted into currency. And this is what it all comes down to. On an average day, after all of that dangerous, back-breaking work, a fisherman might earn around 800 rupees. It's a number that just kind of grounds the entire experience, It strips away any of the romance and just reveals the stark economic reality of this life. And this is exactly why they aren't just catching fish. In a very, very real sense, they are catching dreams. Each successful haul isn't just about money for today. It's about hope for a better tomorrow. It's about security and education for their kids and the chance to build a future that's just a little more stable than their own.
So we're left with this big question. In a world with changing climates, markets that are all over the place, and the rise of these massive commercial fishing boats, well, this traditional way of life faces immense pressure. What will it take for these communities to keep on catching their dreams? It's a question that really reminds us that behind every fish on our plate, there's a human story, a story of hard work, profound hope, and